Today I've got my hands on the MECOOL KD2 Android TV dongle. So brand new Android TV device from MECOOL. This is officially Google certified. You can see it's a tiny box with an HDMI cable sticking out, and on the front you've got your micro USB power port, a reset hole and a full-size USB port. And that is pretty much it. So most TV streaming dongles out there don't usually have a full-size USB port. So MECOOL are trying something new out. So this is officially Google certified. So it's going to be able to stream 4K across the board. Not sure about Netflix, so we do need to try that out. But first of all, quick look at what you get inside the box. So we do have a user manual, a USB-A to micro USB power cable, a simple 5-watt power supply, a nice looking Bluetooth voice remote control. So yes, you've got the Google Assistant button, built-in microphone, and you have some popular shortcuts here, but unfortunately I don't see a Netflix button. So that could be a hint. This takes 2 AAA batteries, not included, and last but not least, the TV box itself. So quick look at the specs. So this device is powered by the S905Y4 Quad-core chip along with the Mali G3 You've got 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. So pretty decent storage to start with. You've also got 5 GHz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1. So of course no Ethernet port included due to the size of the device. This is running official Google Android TV OS version 11. That means you've got the official Google Assistant and Chromecast built in. Now you have HDMI 2.1. This does support 4K HDR at 60 FPS with 5.1 surround sound and comes with a Bluetooth voice remote. So without any further ado, I'm going to get this all connected up with my capture card, and we are going to find out exactly how good the MECOOL KD2 really is. I'll be right back. So first of all, I ran a boot up speed test, and this box took 38 seconds to fully load the home screen from a cold start. And here is the home screen itself. You are looking at the Google Android TV OS version 11. So this is the official certified version. So the home screen consists of a whole bunch of recommendations of what you can watch next. You can also fully customize this home screen, switching on and off the channels that you don't want to appear. And right at the top you have a very useful favorites row, which you can customize with your favorite apps by hitting the plus sign and selecting them. And you can also move things around to your own personal preference. Alright, let's head over to the main system settings, go to device preferences and check out the system storage info. And as you can see, this box has 32 gigs of internal storage. If we go to about, you can see that we are running Android TV OS version 11, and you can see the build and kernel versions, etc. If we go back, so this box is running official ATV, so that means we've got Google Chromecast and Google Assistant built in. So I am going to quickly test out the Chromecast. Alright, so here's my phone, and you can see right there KD2. If we select it, and you can see we are now connected to my iPhone. I can select any of my videos, queue them up and play them as I wish. So as you guys just saw, Chromecast working absolutely fine. Now we are going to test Google Voice Assistant. There is a built-in microphone on the remote, so let's go ahead. What is the weather like today in London?
Tonight in London, the forecast is around 43 and partly cloudy.
Play the movie RoboCop 2.
Alright, opening Google Play Movies and TV.
So Google Voice Assistant working fine, and you don't even have to keep the mic button pressed. You press it once and then you can talk and it will pick up everything you're saying. So I just connected up my 64GB flash drive, and we're going to play some 4K movie samples from it. So let's open up Movie Player. So beginning with the Jellyfish demo, this is 160 megabits per second, high bitrate 4K. And as you guys can see, it's playing absolutely fine. So this is 180 megabits per second Jellyfish demo. And again, it appears to be playing fine. No stuttering or buffering issues. Now the third one is the real challenge. It's 400 megabits per second Jellyfish demo. So straight away you can see it's not as smooth. Yeah, it's quite bad actually. So it's not going to be supported. Now we're going to quickly test out the AV1 codec. So this is an AV1 clip. It's about 1 minute and 26 seconds in size. and as you guys can see, it's playing absolutely fine. Alright, now we're playing 4K at 60 FPS with HDR, and you can see that looks absolutely gorgeous. So you can expect very smooth and good looking 4K HDR playback from USB. Alright, we're now moving on to the YouTube test. And you can see YouTube does support 4K at 60 FPS with HDR. So we're streaming 4K 60 with HDR, and you can see 0 frame drops in the Geek Stats. Let's play a few more YouTube trailers.
Just waiting for us to show up?
What? Why aren't they biting that guy?
This is ridiculous. Delete. Delete. Delete.
Pleasure.
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me, sir.
Okay.
Good. The bad guys become the good guys so we can stay the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
Now this box came pre-installed with Netflix, which is definitely convenient, but unfortunately maximum streaming resolution supported is 480p. So SD quality is all you're going to get from Netflix. However, Disney Plus does support 4K Ultra HD with HDR10 and 5.1 surround sound. And you're also getting 4K HDR streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Furthermore, I should add that if you're using any third-party streaming apps for internet TV, etc., then those apps will also support 4K streaming, and the box is powerful enough with pretty good stable Wi-Fi, so you can enjoy Ultra HD streaming with no buffering or dropped frames. Alright, so let's move on to the gaming test. Okay, so here's the story. At this point of the video, my microphone actually messed up on me, so the gaming audio was picked up all fuzzy. Here is a quick taste so you know what I'm talking about. Now to make things better, I've just put some music over it and decided to voice over the whole thing and describe it to you instead. So games like Crossy Roads, Beach Buggy Racing and Asphalt all play and look pretty good. And of course, if it wasn't for my faulty mic, you would have heard the audio perfectly fine. Now for your advanced users, DRM info shows Google Widevine level 1, and here is CPU-Z where you can check out the clock speeds. You can see that we're running the Mali G31. This box is running Android 11 and does not come rooted as standard. And here are the results for the internal disk speeds. We achieved read speeds of 116 and write speeds of 50 megabytes per second. And in the Wi-Fi speed test, we achieved download speeds of 65 and upload speeds of 20 megabits per second. And this is typically the top speeds we achieve in our office. So that brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench multi-core score of 1928. And in the Antutu benchmark test, we achieved 88K. So let's see how that compares with the others. So here is my top Android TV box chart for 2022, showing you the latest TV boxes and seeing how they compare with each other. And the ranking is now based on benchmark scores. So higher benchmark score performances achieves a higher rank. But I still have a score out of 5, letting you know what I actually think of the box, regardless of the benchmarks. So we're going to have best of both worlds. Also this year, I want to see more powerful chipsets in TV boxes. And it seems like TV box scene has not made much progress these last 2 years at least. So hopefully this year, things will change. And I'm sure you guys have already seen the MECOOL KD2 has achieved position 12 on this chart with a benchmark score of 88K. And I gave it an overall rating of 4.5 out of 5. And you can check out all my charts online at chigztech.com and read them at your leisure, completely free of charge. So there you have it, guys. That was the MECOOL KD2, and here are my thoughts. So we have here another new streaming device by MECOOL, and you can expect a decent streaming performance. You're getting 4K resolution with HDR at 60 FPS, no stuttering or buffering issues, fast Wi-Fi, the wonderful Android TV OS version 11, officially certified by Google, which includes Chromecast and Google Voice Assistant. You've got lots of great features and everything works as it should. Unfortunately, Netflix HD licensing is still an issue with MECOOL, so limited to SD quality streaming, but this box otherwise can handle 4K streaming in unofficial third-party apps as well, which you might be using to watch your movies and live TV, etc. And also, the built-in USB 3 port comes in very handy for sideloading your favorite APKs and lots more. Let me know what you guys think, and also don't forget to like and sub to the channel for more cool, innovative tech videos, and do follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more behind the scenes content, including giveaways, etc. Any questions? Let me know. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.